2015 Toyota Tacoma double cab review. Let's go. In this video, we're going to talk about my 2015 Toyota Tacoma double cab. So if this is your first time meeting me, my name is Kelly and I'd like to welcome you to Carcraft Auto Tech. Here I'll be sharing videos with you that are all things automotive, from reviews, repairs, and performance. So stay tuned. So we got my 2015 Toyota Tacoma double cab right behind me. So let's take a quick moment and let's just talk about the appearance. Obviously, it's a few years old now, but you know what? I still think the second gen Tacoma is, it's a very classic look. Obviously, maybe not quite as modern and sharp edges as maybe some of the newer vehicles, but you know what? Maybe it's a total opinionated thing. Some people might love that, some people might hate that. So it is what it is. I think it still looks great, and I still think it's a totally viable look that a lot of people will still enjoy. So I think this truck will be relevant for quite many years to come up. So one of the things I really like about this truck, obviously, is the way the box comes set up from the factory. It has the composite liner in here. It has a side compartment, which I accidentally threw the cover away the last time I went to the dump. Better got to get one of those. We got hooks all on each corner here as well. We have the power port, and we have another little cover here, and of course the internal bed rail system. These just lock, slide all around. You can't say enough about those. This bed here, I've used it. I put rocks, dirt, lumber, taking stuff to the dump, just used it all the time. And it's showing wear, but it's not, degrading or falling apart or anything like that. So definitely, a really good, cost that they built into there. Obviously you're paying for it, but yeah, I think it's well worth the money. One of the things I am a big fan of is this backup camera. You can see it integrated into the handle, just right underneath there. Definitely comes in handy, and I think it's actually pretty good quality. The display and what you get out of it is quite good. So here we have the engine. Obviously, we got a 4-liter V6. I think it's about 236 horsepower, and I think it is 266 feet-pound of torque. All in all, it's enough. It definitely gets you around. Who doesn't want more? But I think it's more than adequate for what it is. The one thing that it could do with a little bit better, obviously, is the fuel economy. It's not great. It's not bad. I think it's, what were the numbers there? Somewhere around, I think 17 and 21 or so. People have, claimed all kinds of stuff. You're going to find people that are going to say, oh, it's way worse than that. And then you're going to find people that say, oh, I've gotten better than that. So, take it for what it's worth. But, yeah, it's not bad. It's a truck, and it's a V6. So, it's going to use up some fuel for sure. So obviously a big thing, is the driver's seat. So I think it's a pretty comfortable seat. I would have preferred a full black interior than this light gray, but I've managed to keep it pretty clean over the years so far. The one thing that you can notice maybe is we're starting to get a little bit of like wrinkling here on the seat. I'm sure over some years and some more uses this would probably break down, but you know what, it's been a very comfortable seat. I've taken some good road trips in it, and I think it's actually pretty good, pretty decent, comfortable seat. For driver convenience, I think it's pretty good. We got pretty modern stuff. It's obviously not like the new vehicles with some very fancy stuff in here, but we got power mirror controls, fog lights. We got the rear power inverter in the tail box. We got some traction and downhill controls. The steering wheel controls pretty good. We can do stereos, and we can do our Bluetooth and phone. So everything that you would expect. Obviously we have stereo audio. We got satellite capability as well. And rear view camera on theirs. Heating, heated seats. All in all, pretty normal stuff. We got home link, or whatever you want to call it, for this one, for your garage door opener, and we got a dual sunroof. We got a dual sunglasses case, and your vanity mirrors and all the typical stuff that you're gonna expect that you would have. So one of the things that I do really find handy here is obviously we have the rear flip-up seats. It's a 60/40, and then we have these covers that go underneath. Obviously that side we got jack and tools, and we have some space in here to put whatever we want. But yeah, there's plenty, a little bit of extra storage there. So I think that's a pretty great built-in. And then another built-in that we do have is the behind the seats. So we have another flip down here. Obviously if you lift the rear seats up and flip them, you can flip these seats right down. But as you can see here, we have you know, a whole bunch of more storage that we can get into right in here. So also very handy. So, all in all, I still feel like there's quite a bit of room in here. So, you know, obviously if you're, you know, taller than I am, a lot of people are, you know, 6 foot, 6'2", I mean, I still think you'd fit reasonably comfortable in here. The back seat's not bad. I mean, you know, obviously it is a mid-size. It's not a huge, you know, crew cab or whatever it is you want to call it, but you know, I still have a little bit of room, and the back seat, sorry, the front seat is, you know, fairly back. So I mean, if you had a shorter person up there, the seat could still be moved forward, and you know, to create a little bit of space here. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good size. So one of the things I would like to talk about obviously here is the quality. So obviously, you know, I've been in the automotive industry for about 25 years now. I've been a shop owner for almost close to about the last 7. You know, we see that obviously some Toyotas and that kind of stuff come in to our shop. But you know, I'll be honest with you, like we really don't see you know, engine failures, transmission failures, driveline failures like we do in some other products that we see on the road. I used to be a long-time Nissan technician for quite a while. When I bought this truck, you know, I didn't even consider the Frontier, I'll be honest with you. I mean, maybe because I know too much, maybe because I was there at the dealers, but you know, I mean, we did have problems with that truck. So at that time, you know, the new Chevy and Fords weren't out at the time. You know, Ranger disappeared and whatnot. So you know, the build quality and just the quality of the Toyota, you know, I'm not a super huge Toyota fan, but you know, I do think they're a quality vehicle. So definitely something to be noteworthy. So one thing that a lot of people obviously like about the Toyotas is the, you know, the off-road performance. So you know, just for take it and go, I mean, it'll get you around. I mean, you're obviously not going to do any, you know, huge hill climbs and mud bogging or whatever like crazy. You know, I haven't really tested mine out that hard. You know, I did have a nice 4-wheel built up at one point, so I do know a little bit about wheeling, but this one, you know, is my daily. I don't, you know, go too crazy, you know, mall certified. But yeah, I mean, they are good off-road. I mean, obviously there's just an absolute ton of aftermarket stuff for these things. I mean, you know, you can lift it and go crazy, obviously, if you'd like. You know, I'd love to, but you know, just haven't committed to that. Maybe a little bit later. So you know, I'd love to, you know, do a little bit of exploring with it and whatnot. So maybe we'll cut some of that in an upcoming video. So if you liked any bit of this video, you found it a little bit informative anyway and useful, I'd please like you to take a moment and maybe subscribe, hit the notification button, and keep in touch with my upcoming videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so I was creeping around in the sand lot here. Let's throw this guy in 4 low. Check out the 4-wheel. I mean, this hill's actually probably steeper than it looks on camera, and it's soft. I mean, it's just sand. So I mean, we're just going real slow here, and she digs in real nice. Quite good. Just creep around here in the sand a bit.